All sailors who've been on ships have experienced the head. The head, where you go to take naps. I mean, go to the bathroom. That is a sacred place. You know, you've got your showers, you've got your toilets, your urinals. The ship's listening back and forth. You're trying to keep it in the bucket. We've all been there when it overflows and sewer water gets on the ground and it's stinking up. Ew, that bathroom is secured. That head's secured until the hull technicians, the HTs, get in there and save our asses, literally. But have you ever wondered? Here's what happens when you flush a toilet on a Navy ship. We're about to watch and react to this video and get to the bottom of what happens when you flush the toilet on your ship. I am really excited. Hopefully we get through this video without this stream getting canceled. Let's watch and react to this video. Hopefully it's good to go for us.
Massive aircraft carriers can house more than 6,000 sailors. That is the equivalent to the population of a medium-sized city. Even on an aircraft carrier, there is a need to answer the call of nature, which is why there are around 432 toilets on board this floating city. With that many toilets installed, have you ever wondered what happens when the U.S. Navy sailors flush the toilet aboard one of those aircraft carriers? What happens to so much excrement, and is it discharged directly into the sea? In the Navy, a response to nature is referred to using the slang word head call. This is because the bathroom on board an aircraft carrier is called the head. Sounds strange, right? But calling toilets heads actually makes complete sense. In the past, only the ship's captain would have a private toilet close to his quarters in the stern or the rear of the ship. The remaining crew members would need to relieve themselves in a toilet located in the bow or the front of the vessel, somewhat near the waterline. If a bathroom were installed in the ship's bow, the water from the ocean would be able to flush away any waste. In addition, sailing vessels are unable to move in the direction of the wind. Therefore, the restrooms would always be located downwind so that any unpleasant odors wouldn't remain for an extended period. Today, modern ships are equipped with holding tanks and manual motorized pumps, allowing heads to be installed virtually anywhere on the ship.
On the ship, there are a lot of heads, and you typically will find the one that you like the most. Like there's like the good ones and the bad ones. There's the ones that smell bad and don't smell as bad. There are the ones with the good showers that have some hot water that nobody goes and poops in. To call them the ghost pooper. You've got a lot of weird stuff going on in the head. My favorite thing was just taking a nap on the toilet. But this is bringing back some good memories. You know, let me know where your favorite head on the ship was in the comments.
Means the head doesn't need waves to wash its contents out to sea. Even though the waste from the restroom can be easily washed into the sea, U.S. aircraft carriers don't do that anymore. Instead, waste from toilets goes through a systemic process before being released into the sea. When a sailor flushes, it sets off a very long chain of reactions that are all interconnected with one another. It will take
as long as when you flush, it doesn't slowly start creeping up towards the top. You know, coming over the sides, spilling on the floor, and then you run away. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Saw the marks on my shoulder. It wasn't me.
Significant amount of time, money, and significant amount of infrastructure to ensure that the waste is adequately cleansed and safe for disposal. Let's talk about how the waste from the
Ooh, do you guys know how to read your markings on a ship? I don't even remember what those are called. How to read those markings to find out where you are. The second deck, the 225 frame, 0 from the center, and Lima for berthing. Is that correct? Let me know in the comment section. How close did I get? And what are those called again?
Well, it's on an aircraft carrier is handled. The discharge of sewage that has been produced aboard a carrier is one of the few duties on board a ship that requires the highest attention to detail. The sewage produced on board the ship cannot be held on the ship for an extended time. For this reason, it must be discharged into the sea. Even if it is possible to discharge sewage into the ocean, they are not allowed to discharge it directly overboard, since there are now some restrictions concerning the discharge of sewage that must be fulfilled. Most of the sewage waste produced on an aircraft carrier comes from the toilets, urinals, and WC scuppers. The regulations state that the sewage must first be cleansed before it may be discharged into the ocean, and the ship must be located at least 4 nautical miles away from the closest shore to comply with the regulations. The same also applies to aircraft carriers.
I remember just watching stuff get pumped over the side, like 4 or 5, I don't remember how many, maybe like 3 to 5 spouts off the side of the ship, just dumping like faucets, all the black water. Ooh, that was a disgusting sight to see.
How much sewage waste is produced from the toilets of an aircraft carrier? The Ford, which is the USA's latest aircraft carrier, has an official complement of 4,539 sailors and Marines, and sailors defecate at evenly spaced intervals, and a whole bunch of sailors like to go right when they get up in the morning. So where do they go? Most people are unaware that the waste is sent into a treatment plant deep within the ship's bowels, no pun intended, where they're subjected to stringent cleaning processes before being released back into the ocean. On ships, sanitary wastewater is separated into 2 categories. Black water, sometimes known as sewage, is everything that's flushed down the toilet, and gray water, which refers to water that is collected from bathroom sinks and showers, as well as laundry and galleys, or the kitchens. It's necessary to treat the bilge water separately.
A lot of people don't think about that, but there's laundry on the ship. There's like laundromats. You can go do your own laundry, or you can turn it into laundry. If you want to do your own, good luck. I hope you don't like sleeping. But if you want to turn it into laundry, good luck. I hope you like wearing wet clothes that just turn pink. I don't know why everything would come back pink. I'm not even sure what happens in the laundry room that everything comes back pink. But pink, soaking wet, and kind of overall gross. Maybe you get lucky. Maybe you get a perfect set of dry folded laundry, but it is not the most likely. And then you or someone has probably been sent cranking, as they call it, where there's no actual rate that is fully manning the laundry room. It's mostly sailors from other departments at a ship, and then there's like a supervisor who might be a ship serviceman or something like that. And people go down there and work in the laundry room for like 6 months, and then they come back up. It's not like they're super passionate about doing the laundry. So if you are willing or able to get in there and do your own laundry, but if you're working flight schedule or something like that, unlikely. But yeah, there's laundry, there's kitchen, there's all this stuff. Water, fountains everywhere. Water's flowing freely on that ship. And it is a complex process requiring a lot of people working together to keep it going. Even with its little hiccups, the shower's broken, the hot water's broken, the water fountain tastes like JP5, whatever it is, it's a miracle it works at all.
Because it contains oils that have been released from the machinery located in the engine compartments. Let's take a closer look at the sequence of events that takes place on an aircraft carrier immediately following the flushing of a toilet by a member of the United States Navy.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
When black water enters the integrated treatment system, it first travels through an aeration chamber or bioreactor. This chamber is populated with bacteria responsible for breaking down organic pollutants dissolved in the wastewater. The sewage is pumped into a membrane filtering system, which removes even more contaminants from the water. The wastewater that the biofilter reactor has cleaned will be directed into the next chamber, which serves the function of settling out the particles. After settling in the sedimentation tank, the mixture will be further separated into high-grade water and sediment for subsequent processing. The clarity compartment is often of the hopper type and has sloped sides. These sides prevent sludge from sticking and piling up and direct the sludge into the suction side of the airlift tube. The untreated sludge that has dropped to the bottom of the sedimentation tank is pumped back into the biofilter reactor so that it can be broken down by microorganisms once more. The air blower is where the subsequent event occurs. The biofilter reactor typically has 2 air blowers installed, one of which serves as a standby. These blowers are responsible for supplying air in the form of air bubbles, which contributes to the formation of microorganisms. In addition, it's helpful in backflushing the sludge, transferring the sludge from the sedimentation tank, and supplying air to the activated carbon tank. The treated sewage has to pass through the discharge pump first before it can be discharged into the ocean. The discharge pump is provided in a duplex configuration, and its components are located in the STP's final chamber. They are the non-clog type of centrifugal pumps that are attached to their motors. The level switches that have been installed on the sterilization tanks are what control the automatic mode of the operation of the pump. The pump is usually run in manual mode when taking out the sludge from the compartments after cleaning the tank insides.
I am never talking trash about an HT again. HTs, good for you. Good for you. Thank you, HTs, for putting in the work. Oh my gosh.
Following this process, the water is sterile, devoid of harmful germs, and fit for disposal in the ocean. During this time, the water is held in a storage tank because gray water often only contains a small number of potentially harmful germs. It only requires minimum treatment before it is sent far out to sea. Aircraft carriers often have their toilets clogged, which means the waste cannot pass through freely. So when the sailor flushes, instead of the long chain reaction of cleaning the sewage to be initiated, the poop doesn't go at all. This is a terrible occurrence for sailors on board aircraft carriers. So what actions are taken when this happens? New toilets on the Navy's 2 newest aircraft carriers clog so frequently.
Yeah, they do. There is nothing worse than when you really got to go, when you're coming off the flight deck and you're rushing to find a head and you get there and it's taped off. It is closed. Talk about heartbreak and butt break. And you got to go find another one. You're even potentially considering going into officers' country to use one of their heads and just hoping nobody sees you. Step on that blue tile. Do you have what it takes? Do you have the guts to go spill your guts in the officer's PUA? I know somebody out there has a story like that. Let me know about that in the comments.
To solve this, the ship's sewage system are cleaned periodically with specialized acids, costing about $400,000 a flush.
Excuse me?
According to a new congressional audit outlining $130 billion in underestimated long-term maintenance costs.
Excuse me? What did they just say? What? That is unbelievable. And I can't get a new pair of boots? I know everyone out there was thinking the same thing. I know everyone out there was thinking, and I can't get a pair of boots? What? I was going to say, God bless the engineers who came up with this thing, but they made their money back.
According to the report that the Senate Armed Services Committee requested from the Government Accountability Offices, or the GAO, the new toilet, which is comparable to what is used on a commercial aircraft, is experiencing unexpected and frequent clogging of the system. As a result,
shocking that the government paid that much for something that doesn't work.
Unplanned maintenance action will be required for the entire service life of the ship. When many people flush the toilet simultaneously in the morning, the suction isn't as effective as it should be because the pipes are too narrow. This is the primary cause of the frequent clogging that occurs. And that will be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Let us know what you think of this topic in the comments. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe.
Yeah. No shocker there, folks. No shocker there. The Navy overpaid an insane amount for something that doesn't actually work correctly. That makes sense. Did you have any idea that that's how it worked? When I got my enlisted surface warfare specialist qual on the USS Ronald Reagan, I didn't have to learn all that. Shout out to the HTs. I know you take a lot of crap, pun intended, for your job, but you're heroes out there. You're keeping us healthy, safe. Important bowel movements are so important. And when you're eating that ship food, if you're lucky enough to pass it in the morning, good for you. And if you have a place to do it, you can thank the HTs. Wow. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. And let me know your favorite story about using the head on a ship. I would love to hear it. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button up in the corner here and check out this next video. If you want, in the description down below, there's links where you can get Scuttlebutt Show merch and find out how you can support the channel. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to you guys very soon.